What's up guys, welcome back from the Yugioh Pro Tool video. Next match, Cross-Banlist Cup, second match here in Group G. Both decks are from 2016, not really sure if they are from the same format slash metagame slash time period specific for that particular year. Anyway, we first have Dracopals. I've decided to switch up the Dracopal deck list since the list used or shown before a couple of months ago already was more of a Pendulum Magician oriented build, but this is Dracopals. If we at least Dracopals has a couple of staple cards to me, and that's for example triple Wavering Eyes, triple Clash of Draco Rivals, and I'm looking at the Huge Foolish Burial. The Huge Foolish Burial as well, you know which one, the Pendulum, you know which one I mean, right? The Huge Foolish Burial for Master Pendulum, painful decision indeed. Triple Upstart, and then of course the Solemn Brigade. I prefer, or at least I opt to go for the Solemn Brigade with Ariadne, so pretty much playing the Ariadne build of Dracopals, not the most or staple build for Dracopals. You had a couple of options like Dark Dracopals and Dracopals without Ariadne, and that's probably more consistent, but that's why I went for Ariadne. It's a little bit less consistent, it's strong, but it does have a lot of weaknesses. Second list we have Fluffals, basically the same that I've shown before, a couple of changes, adding in a Kaiju. I was thinking of adding in more Kaijus. I mean, this deck wants to go first, wants to go second, sorry, so yeah, going first the deck kind of struggles, but that's, you know, Fluffals. Their main core strategy is OTKing your opponent and going second. And of course, Triple Maxi do help out. So again, the votes, thank you as always. Again, we're hitting over 1,000 votes, so which deck has the advantage? And before this matchup, I definitely would have thought the same, but this again was a super strange match, but it was a good one, definitely a good one, but see that almost 90% of the people are thinking that Dracopals would get this one, and I get it. Dracopals is definitely, or should, like in theory, be the stronger list compared to, well, Fluffals, right? Anyway, he lets me start, so okay, number one, I go first. Definitely like one of the best opening hands you can have with Dracopals featuring Ariadne, you know, all those delicious pluses off of Ariadne, searching those multiple counter traps, and there were a couple of options, like in 2016, I think this was an OCG build that I'm using, but you know, there was like the option to use Grand Horn as well. I believe the name is like Black Horn and Grand Horn, I believe Grand Horn of Heaven, I believe the name is. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. With this particular list opted to run, you know, a couple of the Solemn cards, and well, I guess it's fine, right? I go for Mr. MVP being the Abyss Dweller. It's a fantastic card against Fluffals. It pretty much prevents them from, you know, using their graveyard effects and prevents them from recycling their polymerization, and that should basically stun them enough to make sure that I, well, if I'm going first, that I survive, and then, you know, I can just go for game later, and Solemn Scolding I think was still set. So game number 2, basically the same, and well, I get why. Like Fluffals going first, they don't really have a good opening. There is no dimensional barrier still in the Fluffal list, but what can they do going first? Best situation or best scenario is ending with, and I'm talking against Pendulums, is ending with Titanic Galaxy to negate a spell card or a spell activation, and then maybe Maxi, but Maxi is also good going second, of course, and maybe a set Twin Twister. But yeah, anyway, this hand again, I believe yeah, indeed, he did have the Maxi for a couple of draws. I think only 2, so that's like a +1 if I'm not mistaken. Or did I miss any draws? But again, go for Dweller. Not really sure if he had the option to go for a game. There is like, and I forgot the name of the Fluffal, the Fried Fur fusion of, it can attack equal, at least it can attack an equal amount of, well, equal to the amount of Fluffal monsters you use for the fusions. Is it Wolf? I think it's Wolf. But I think he wasn't able to eventually go for a game. At least that's what I think. That's what I think now. So, okay, going for the Tiger, getting some pops, getting rid of my Pendulum Scale. It's definitely not enough. He has 2 monsters in attack position, and Ignister, not, you know, it's like generic out or generic disruption or destruction, I guess. or yeah, sending something back, right? Anyway, so game number 3 again opts me to go first, and this is like the worst opening hand I've had right here in game number 3. It's decent, going for Dinoster, you know, Dinoster protecting the pendulum monsters either on the field and in the scales, right? So pretty much give them some protection against Twin Twister, Harpy's Feather Duster, or Fight for Tiger. But this hand was just kind of weak, so he's able to, you know, just use any form of interruption. And let's not forget, like, that the Solemn Brigade isn't that fantastic. I mean, due to the chain links of, let's say, Penguin, I believe it's Penguin, you can arrange the chain links. So the Solemn Brigade is definitely okay, but I mean, he does play a lot of back row destruction, so it's kinda iffy. But 2-1, okay, that's fine. Now I have the option, and I prefer, well, let him start, right? What is Fluffals going to do when going first? And you know, with that mindset, I was like, okay, let him start, let him maybe make a couple of fusions, make Titanic Galaxy, best case scenario, maybe end with Maxi as well, and then I can just probably go for game. This particular list does use triple eccentric Archfiends, as in very generic disruption or destruction, either for a monster or for a spell or trap from my opponent, right? So this list is also very strong, going second, and in case of Twin Twister, there is always a case that I have Wavering Eyes to chain if he wants to disrupt my skills. But this kind of backfires. He does use a Twin Twister on Monkey Board, and that probably was a mistake on my part. I probably should have seen the Twin Twister coming, you know, he's like half through his deck, yeah, 20 cards left, so there, of course, I probably should have just played around the potential Twin Twister and, you know, not search Monkey Board, or set up my skill first, since I think I was able to, and instead of, you know, Joker searching out Monkey Board, search something else and keep Wavering Eyes just in case if he opts to use Twin Twister. It's like reverse psychology. But yeah, anyway, this is, I guess, a decent recovery play of going for Dinosaur again, protecting my skills, and Castell getting rid of the Titanic Galaxy that was needed, but setting, what is it, Scolding? Yeah, Scolding not live due to the Solemn Strike. Again, I'm not really sure, the Maxi would have given him more draws, but maybe it was better to keep the Solemn Strike. But yeah, then again, he would have gotten like 3 or 4 draws, right? So, or then again, I probably only would have went for Castell, that is. But yeah, that's how it is, right? Multiple fusions, and this is game. this kind of blows. So again, game number 5, something I did not expect, but I think, okay, again, this was kind of unfortunate, so I let him start again. Fluffals don't really want to go first, or again, am I wrong? So yeah, definitely a solid opening on his part. Again, pretty much the same series of plays, going for the double fusion and going for, I forgot its name, you know, the fusion that reborn something from the graveyard, and going for the rank 8 Exceed play. Titanic Galaxy is okay, but it's not the huge MVP against pendulums, so I going for Eccentric Archfiend, using the Exile Force popping effect, getting rid of the Titanic Galaxy, right? Freely setting up my scale. If there is a Twin Twister set, I can freely play around it, you know, using Wavering Eyes. If he chained a potential Twin Twister, all fine, still hit my scale and, you know, potentially deal some very nice damage and maybe go for a game, depending on the next draws, or the game, you know, with Twin Twister would have gone differently, but no Twin Twister, and, well, I don't have to fear anything, so I can just set up my scale, get some extra beneficial draws, thanks to the Performapal engine. That's, you know, one of the biggest advantages of the Dracopal engine. Getting those beneficial draws, drawing into, you know, Painful Decision, Clash of Draco Rivals, very big extenders to potentially get your OTK, and that's, well, what happens, right? I can just battle it out or give him multiple draws off of Maxi and still go for game. There isn't really anything he can draw, like Battle Fader or, well, Swift Scarecrow or something like that, so this was kinda close. maybe some questionable plays on both sides, but I think we have a well-deserved winner. Then again, Fluffals was kind of closer than I personally expected, since I kind of agreed with, you know, the 90% favor of Dracopals. But okay, anyway, rambling. So the last group, Group H, I think the group of death, I guess, with Shadol's the winner of 2000, like a couple of series ago, Clownblade winner, Ravine Rulers, and last year as well, Extra Deck Monarchs. So the 4 winners of the 4 previous series of the Cross-Banlist Cup paired up against each other. The first matchup here for the next Cross-Banlist video, Shadol's versus Clownblade. So again, feel free to leave your predictions in the top right corner, or, you know, like comments. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.